Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how are you doing? And welcome to the second ever episode of Hot Choc Chat. So seeing as we're in the month of February, I thought we'd talk about the topic of love. Yay! What a great topic. However, not romantic love, as you might think, because it's Valentine's Day and all that. It was Valentine's Day earlier in the month. We're going to talk about loving yourself, and I couldn't think of a more perfect person to have on my Hot Choc Chat today than the lovely Joao.
She says it slightly wrong. So
I wanted him to
I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Joao. Nice to meet you.
That is Joao, but there's a lovely little apostrophe.
Yeah, it's got like a squiggly line on top.
Yeah, it's really cute. Yeah. It's a Portuguese name. Beautiful name.
Indeed.
Almost like John, but just Portuguese.
Yeah.
Joao. Did I say it nearly right?
Yeah, I'd say that's 90%, yeah.
Oh.
It's good.
Can you say it one more time?
Good. Joao. Yeah.
Joao.
There's videos on YouTube.
If you want to, find out how to pronounce his name, you can have
just
it.
write my name. It's probably you put this in the title.
Yeah, it'll be in the title.
Like,
If you're curious, Also, if you're a Portuguese person watching, shout out to you guys. I like Portuguese people, some of them anyway. I like
I wonder how many Portuguese fans you have.
Yeah, then please actually leave comments down below if you are from Portugal. Also, look at how beautiful the hot chocolate is for today's episode. You probably can't even see it, but there's hearts in there.
This is your reaction right now.
Yeah. Oh my god. This hot chocolate,
kind of
guys.
Sank a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it has a little
up
bit.
To the top with
it was up to the top
cream.
with. Actually, maybe I'll insert some pictures right now. You'll be able to see them here, how they looked initially. But we've got like.
Can I do an insert?
Yeah.
Can you put it here?
There you go. I'll put it here just to make you happy. This is the picture here right now.
I don't know
guys.
why, but I just really
you
like
enjoy
doing
that. Yeah, you enjoy the power of like putting a picture in. I'll do it for you. Anything for you, you know. But anyway, we're gonna enjoy this hot chocolate and just talk about love, because I feel like, joke aside, let's get a bit serious. February is a month that for a lot of people, I mean, I'm lucky that not for me, but for a lot of people they find it a bit difficult if they're not in a relationship, especially.
There's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure, and leading up to Valentine's Day, they're like, oh no, and so many people feel like they have to be in a relationship doing that on Valentine's Day, and I know some people who've never been in a relationship.
They have to do something romantic, go on a date.
Exactly. So basically, there's pressure either way. If you're in a relationship, or you're not in a relationship, I think there's always a kind of pressure. If you're in a relationship, it's always like, am I going to do it right? Am I going to be better than the other couple?
Is he going to forget it?
Is he going to forget?
That's the the cliche.
Yeah. What if I get the guy a present and he doesn't give me something? Or like, I hate that. I don't think this should be a day of. I think it should be. I don't hate Valentine's Day. I don't know how you. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day generally?
See, I have a bit of a history with Valentine's Day because I never really cared for it at all. I've had 2 relationships so far, and they were both quite long. And in my first one, so that would have been 2 or 3 Valentine's Day we've done. And it was always like just let's just go out for dinner or whatever. Not a lot of pressure.
Nothing too extreme.
But also like you try to go out to dinner and like
everything's
everything
booked.
is booked, and it's just like.
So annoying.
So it's like I would just always tend to like just do something around that time and just kind of whatever. However, last year on Valentine's Day I broke up my last relationship.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Let that sink in, guys. He broke up on Valentine's Day.
I broke up on Valentine's Day, and I did it as well. Over the phone, so.
Wow, I didn't know that. Lord.
I just.
Okay, you just
information
thought. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, so I mean, I can laugh about it now, but it was.
Of course.
It was pretty terrible. Even though I did it, but I didn't feel like I wanted to do it. I felt like I was somehow forced.
Did you think it was the right thing? Is it just like you felt like it was?
I mean, it was definitely the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But it felt like that before. It didn't feel like that after.
Of course.
It definitely feels like that now.
Okay, good.
It's
That's
like
good.
and it's been a whole year. It was just kind of a situation of there was very strong feelings, but the relationship itself wasn't good.
Right.
And I think it's when you said you wanted to talk about this, I think my story is actually quite. It's a good story to tell for this topic because. I think it was the pressure of me wanting so badly to be in a relationship that allowed me to just let it drag on and on, even though I knew that the relationship itself.
So you knew earlier on that you thought it wasn't going
for some time. There was. I don't want to go too much into it, but there was a lot of complications for the last few months. We broke up in February, and I think I felt that way since around August.
Okay, wow.
And I think we both did. It was just we did like the relationship, but we also knew it was sort of not very functional.
Okay.
So anyway, this is just to say that this year for me, Valentine's Day was 100%. I've been single for a year. Yay!
Yes, that's
it's kind of like confetti, fireworks. The process for me over the last year, like the moment I broke up, you know, there's this first initial period of kind of adjusting to reality, and then the thing is, I put in my mind quite quickly that I want to be at a point where I can be happy being single.
That's good. Well
so
done.
that was my aim right after I broke up with the relationship.
Yeah. Were you, before that relationship, were you single for a while in between the two like long-term relationships, or was it quite soon after another?
This is the thing. I've been saying to people when I have this conversation that this is now the first time ever in my life where I'm actually happy as a single person.
Right. Okay.
Because you know, ever since puberty starts and all of these things go. And you know, you during my teens, I was always the kind of person who really craved a relationship.
Right.
And basically, you know, I then had my first relationship when I was about 20. Then that lasted two and a half years. Then I had like about 10 month period where I was single, but I wasn't. There was never a process of just learning how to be myself. I was just kind of focused on what I was doing because I'd moved to London because I'm from Portugal, obviously, and I'd moved to London quite recently, and I was still adjusting to that. So there was no wanting to just be myself. And then I had another relationship, and that's when this one, and then this one ended last year. So it was just a continuous either being in a relationship or craving a relationship. And I do think that it's such a prevalent thing. So many people think like that. It's almost like, you know, in Valentine's Day, kind of, it embodies the somehow that whole culture of society telling you
someone to be happy.
Exactly, like your worth is dependent on whether someone loves you. And how ridiculous is that? So
ridiculous and so wrong and not true. Genuinely not true. And I'm not just saying it's not true because I want to be like, oh, let's be happy to be single. I genuinely don't think it's true.
It's not like, you know, kind of Instagram-y love yourself and like this kind of, you know, it's not about that. I mean, it is that, but
and if you are in a relationship, that's fine, and you deserve to be happy, and there's nothing wrong with that either if you want to celebrate Valentine's Day that way.
It's just about the culture of you needing someone else to complete you, as if you're not a complete person.
One thing that really annoys me, some people, I mean, you might be one of the people, I don't know, some people call their partners like my other half. It angers me so much.
Can you just like do an After Effects thing?
I wish I knew. I don't think I know how to do that. I'll put like a very vomiting person here in this video right now again. But
vomiting emoji.
I know. I've heard even worse. I've heard people call their partners my better half, which that one like infuriates me. Like, how dare you think someone? I mean, I don't know.
Total respect if you think that works for you, but it does like.
It makes me sad. Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna like go and tell them don't do that because it's your life. You can do what you want. But it makes me sad because I'm like, why? It's just, even if you just say it as a term, continuously saying that makes you feel like maybe the other person is better. And that you're not my better half. Like if you're not complete without them, and that you've got the worst half of them. That makes me sad. Like
the ideal situation is. You are your whole person. You are the most honest and the most true to yourself that you can be.
And you're completely happy with.
And you're happy
like,
with
accepted everything about yourself. More
exactly. Or you know, but at least you're in a place where you're like, you know, I know what can be changed. It's a continuous. You know, I think that loving yourself is a continuous journey. It's not like I've come to this point where I've loved myself. It's you need to keep working on it, and it's something that you need to keep thinking about. Do you know the Serenity Prayer?
No.
I was thinking about this before. It's you know, I don't get too religious about it, but it's sort of like about changing the things that you can, accepting the things that you can't, and having the wisdom to know the difference.
That's a good. I love that. I love that a lot.
And it kind of applies to self-love because it's like that process of self-love is basically that. It's changing things, but knowing how far that line goes, and then accepting the things that you
can't
come to
change.
a conclusion is like, this is part of me.
There are some things that you just are not in your control.
Yeah, and being
And
like,
you
if
just have
people
to
don't
come to
like
terms with
it,
them.
it's their problem, it's not my problem. Because
Definitely.
if I've worked hard to accept this and this other person doesn't accept it, that means they
That's
don't accept
their-
me, and it's their prerogative. And that means that they're not right for you.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly. Well done.
Yeah. And you may love them, because that was the really hard thing about
Because
my
love
last
is hard.
relationship.
Like, love is like you can't choose who you love. That's
Exactly.
another thing. Like, you can't. You may love someone who's obviously not right for
and
you.
it's definitely an important thing,
Yeah.
but it's not everything. It's not, your whole happiness is not dependent on it. And also in a relationship is not, people think that love is the key to everything, and you know, you have love in a relationship that, you know, you're done. That's
great.
it. No
Life is
more
great
problems.
now, yeah.
you know, I don't know if
not
anybody
true.
watches Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, but it's the kind of
I've been
now I
recommended
have
that so many
problems
times.
again kind of
Okay,
thing.
right.
Yeah, that's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just such a fallacy. It's just not. It's not true. It's like, it's so many other aspects, and yes, it is important, but in order for you to be happy, or in order for a relationship to be happy and you to be happy with the other person, there's so many other things that come into it, and timing is such an important thing,
100%.
and so many different things. What about you?
Lord have mercy.
This is a chat, it's not an interview, so
I
I can ask
know,
questions
Lordy.
back.
What about you?
Let us know, Samar.
I've never had a boyfriend on I've never been like in a relationship on Valentine's Day ever. So I've spent all my Valentine's days, and I'm 27. That's really sad actually when you think about it. It's not sad, guys.
It's not
absolutely
sad.
fine. I've honestly never been in a relationship doing that
Great,
on Valentine's Day.
You never had to deal with that pressure.
Ever. It's actually in a way.
Like,
It's actually a way bit exciting, because like when I was at school, for instance, I'd be like, oh my god, am I going to get a card? But and that itself is a pressure, is pressure as well. Like I don't like the fact that people think, oh, if I don't get a card from anyone, that means no one likes me. Because people think, a lot of people for some reason think Valentine's Day is the day to start a relationship. I mean, fair, I get. You know what? It's the time to tell that person that I love them, so I'm gonna declare my love to them.
Think about this, like, how cliche is it that you're gonna be in a relationship and someone asks you, oh, how did you meet? Oh, we went on a date on Valentine's Day. You're never gonna be like embarrassed of how boring.
Because that person finally decided that they had the courage, because there's a reason that they're like, okay, I've got an excuse now to actually tell this person that I like them.
Yeah.
Makes me sad. But I, funny enough, have genuinely never had a problem with. I've never had a serious like relationship ever in my life. I've been in like very short-term relationships, but never anything serious. And I've really been very happy with it. I know obviously people are different. Like I know, like you said, for instance, you really craved it. And I think I did for a very short period of time. I really did, and I started to date like a lot. I was like, I'm gonna go on like online dates and meet people and actually try hard to for maybe like for a few months. And that's
important
kind of
as well. To put yourself out there.
100%. Because if you don't, well, obviously you're never gonna meet. Like it's really hard as well, because you know I believe that the person that is right for you will come along naturally. But also, if you're not really doing anything to meet someone, it might not happen. Like you do have to
put yourself out there in some way. Like if you're just in the same
can't just do your own
circles
routine and just be like, yeah, it's gonna happen, because it's not. So if you really want something, like if you
but it's also about putting yourself out there, but with not too much pressure. Just being
definitely
don't
go all out. Like a relationship should not be treated like a dream, like a passion. Like your work, for instance, chase that. If you have a passion, chase your dream in that area. Go for it. Work hard for it, because that's something that
like it shouldn't be treated as this aim that you have in mind.
Yeah, constantly looking for. Oh no, I don't think it should anyway. I mean, if you think it is, that's fine. And obviously, this whole video
different people
open
work in
for
different
discussion
ways.
as well.
It's just our opinions, really,
definitely.
and our experience. But but there's things that definitely that end up being quite unhealthy, and it's something that a lot of times the person who's doing it does know. Like they'll be like, but I really want a relationship, and I know it's unhealthy, but I still want it.
But when I was a bit younger, maybe like when I first turned 20 and stuff, a lot of my friends or acquaintances on Facebook, I would constantly see like statuses from them saying, oh, I really want a boyfriend, like, oh my god, I've been single for so long, come on. Obviously we were all young, and I see this from my friends and stuff, and I never was one of those people, and even if I was, I would never like publicly put it out there. And I used to feel like, oh, like, I don't know, I used to feel sad. I'd be like, and sometimes seeing those comments made me feel like I'm inadequate. Like I was like, oh, should I be, maybe I need a boyfriend as well if everyone else wants one. What's like, why am I, is it something wrong with me that I'm just quite happy not being in a relationship? Like
your worth being dependent on
I'm like,
it,
sugar
so you see other people acting like that, and you feel like, oh, maybe I should.
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah. Maybe there's something wrong with me.
Honestly, I literally was like, oh, and I used to think about it like, oh, well, is that going to make my life better? And then I think actually genuinely, maybe it was like seeing this so often that eventually I was like, no, I should probably go I need one as well. Let's see how it goes, and I'm going to go and try it as well and stuff like that. And then I did, and I dated a few people here and there, and again, nothing ever serious. And I'm happy now. Like I haven't had a relationship in quite a long time now, and I'm okay with it. And I think it's because obviously again people are different, and there's nothing wrong if you're not happy. You'd rather be in a relationship. Wanting to be in a relationship, is really different to thinking that you need to be in one. I think
wanting that for your life.
Yeah, just being like, it'd be nice to just think. I think even I sometimes like everyone thinks that.
It's part of being human, really. Like we're all. We crave that.
Definitely.
That sharing of emotion and of love.
Like there were days when I'm like, oh, it'd be nice, for instance, if I had this like boyfriend right now that I could do this with and blah blah blah. But then like it passes.
Using your pillow.
It's not like a big thing. I do that. I've got a stitch pillow. I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, I'll show it to you later.
I think I have seen
you
it
might
in
have
the
seen
video,
it,
actually, but I've never seen it live.
He's basically my boyfriend at the moment. We sleep together. It's really nice. He's very cuddly.
Something I didn't know.
That would be funny. Sure, I need to break it to you. What I think I want to talk about now, I think, because for me, one thing that I think I've always been very good at, and I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything, because there are many things that I'm really bad at. But one thing I think I've been quite good at is that I've just always been very comfortable just with myself, and I love people. I think I'm a social person. You can vouch for that. I love hanging out with people. I love people, but also I really do enjoy my own company.
Yeah, and I do as well.
Yeah, and I know that about you, and I can see that in you as well. And I think because of that, like I never, for instance, a lot of people, again when I was younger especially, like a lot of my friends would be like, at the weekend, like, I'd hang out with them some days, but they'd always be like, oh my god, I'm really bored on my own, like I can't, I'm just in the house doing nothing. I always know ways to entertain myself. Oh, there's like, I can read a book, I can just draw. I'm not a drawer, but I can do something. I can go online and learn about a topic. There's so many ways for me to...
Watch hours and hours on YouTube.
Exactly, that is definitely something that I don't do.
I can see you. I know this is like the 5 billionth video you've seen. You're not on the weird part of YouTube yet.
No, but he knows your secret. You'll get there soon. It's probably going to be the next few videos after this. Can you imagine what the suggestion is?
There's going to be someone like sitting at home being like,
oh no,
how does he know?
Yeah. What's happening? If someone has someone got a camera in my house? So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that like maybe it has contributed to the fact that I've never felt sad about not having a date on Valentine's. I mean, it's not something that I like. If I ever, I'm like, in a way, I'm actually kind of happy, because it's something that I'm looking forward to see. Because I'm like, oh, maybe one day I will get to spend Valentine's with someone, and I'm excited to see how that goes. Probably nothing different to how I normally spend them, because there's a whole new phase as well. Have you heard of how like people call Valentine's Palentine's Day or Galentine's Day? So like pals and gals. And I think that's really good. I think that's great. I didn't know that they had an actual name for it until this year.
I didn't know.
Yeah, this year I think I read an article and I was like, oh wow, that's really good.
Celebrating friendship rather than love.
because love is also in friendship. It's a different kind of love. It's platonic love. But it's still a part, or even like family, brothers, sisters, anyone that you love. And I think Valentine's. You tried. I think Valentine's Day in itself is a nice day to celebrate love. It's nice to celebrate it.
It's nice to have a day to celebrate it and think about it, but the thing is not necessarily in the way that, especially people like corporations and society want you to think about it. And the
media sometimes as well, unfortunately.
There's so many different kinds of love, and there's so many different ways of expressing love, and I think that's the conversation that should be happening, rather than just be like, you need a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Or whatever. All
these chocolates, or you need to have or even on websites and stuff that like make lists of like the best restaurants to go to on Valentine's Day. I know they're trying to do their job and that's what you do, but it does put a pressure on you, because even then if you're in a relationship, you're like, oh my god, what if I hope my boyfriend's like booked a good restaurant, because oh my god, my friends might have gone to a better one, and like they're gonna ask me what did you do for Valentine's, and mine's not gonna be as good.
That pressure was what, in the end it was a good thing, but for me it was what led me to break up, because it was kind of I wasn't feeling so well, and I needed the company, and they just decided to just go somewhere else, and they needed to do that, and I should have just respected it. The fact that at that one point, regardless of it being whatever, someone decided that day is Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? And they decided that they needed to go somewhere, but I was like, but it's Valentine's Day, you should spend it with me. So it became this like really like, and then that's why it happened on that day, because it was the pressure of him not being there. Yeah,
and you were just like, oh, it's too much, right? Because I think in some ways Valentine's Day can be quite contrived, and it can, I don't know, because as someone else, you've been in 2 relationships on Valentine's Day. obviously now you felt the pressure last year, and that's kind of, you said that was partly part of
sort
it.
of unconsciously, because I was kind of like, oh, I never really cared about it, but because our first
without
one
even
was
realizing
really nice,
it. Yeah, of course.
we could just kind of made our own version of Valentine's Day. You know, just did like a weird stupid cake that failed, and it was quite nice. And I just wanted to replicate that because I wasn't in a really good place in my life.
Yeah.
So
I think I think the best way is to treat Valentine's Day just as any other day. I really do think that because sometimes couples can't be together on Valentine's Day, and why should they feel sad about that? They see each other other days, and sometimes it actually means more if like your lover does something really nice for you on a random day.
On a random day, just surprise them with something, and that's like one of the things that I love.
Yeah, same.
It's something like when someone surprises you, even if they're a friend.
When you least expect it.
Yeah, and they've gone through some sort of effort to conceal this from you, and then they're like, you know, it's not like they. And when it's not that they're lying to you, but like
of course.
somehow like surprising you with something,
like,
and going
wow,
to,
they went through so much effort for that.
There's an effort involved, and that is quite touching. It's like, oh, you did all of this for me. It's like, I don't know, and I like doing that for people as well.
Same. One of my favorite things to do is surprising people. I love it so much. Not
I've
necessarily
seen
always
your creations at work.
Not always the best surprises. I think they're all great, but they're just sometimes a bit weird. If you follow me on Instagram or see my Instagram stories, you probably know that some of the things I get up to.
And I don't know if the guy saw the vlog where you give me the panda.
Yeah.
Because that was such a nice gift.
Because it was a random thing as well. Like, it was for me. I enjoyed seeing it and getting it for you, because it wasn't like I didn't think, oh my god, it's Valentine's Day. Oh my god, it's Joel's birthday. I need to go and get something for him.
Yeah,
it
you just
happened
saw it
very
and you remembered me
organically. Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's the best kind of present. I always like, oh no, don't give me any presents if you don't really feel like it, or if you don't think of something specific. It's like, but if you see something and you're like, he needs this, or that reminds me of him. That's, to me, that's touching, because it's like you saw something that reminded of you know, our banter and stuff, and it's like it's touching.
I agree.
And it's kind of relating with, now we're talking about birthdays now, but like it's the same kind of societal pressure of like
100%.
You need to give them a present
on a birthday.
You need to be happy on
you need to
your
do something on your
birthday.
birthday. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I actually love my birthdays just chilling at home doing nothing, because that's my favorite way to do it. And my family are like, oh come on Sam, let's have a meal together at least. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. 29th of July.
That's a good time to go.
Thank you. I like it. Some birthdays are
mine
good.
is in December, so I'm always really like
14th. 12th. Okay, one of those. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. Curious, on the 12th of the 12th of the 12th
day of Christmas.
Sorry. Like it is in the 12th December of 2012. Yeah,
I
turned 21.
That's cool. On the 12th of the 12th of 12th, we turned 21, 1 and 2. That's really cool. What, did you do anything special that day?
Just waiting for the world to end. Remember that one?
Yeah. So I think I want to kind of try and wrap this up. But before I do that, I just want to see what for you was like. How did you, in the past year especially, what kind of made you gradually feel like, oh, I'm really happy now being single?
Well, I think there was definitely two roads in this last year of getting over my
because
friend,
that's always difficult.
But they definitely went together. So basically, because I think it would have been much harder for me to get over my ex if it wasn't for me wanting to just be
you made that decision to want to be happy with yourself.
Because I would just kind of I would have just self-indulged in that kind of, oh, but what if, and blah blah blah, and you know, obviously I did that for a while, but then after that, and it was just like,
you just get tired of it. Like, I want to
enjoy my own life, and he's enjoying his, and you know, that's the thing, and I'm doing mine, and I'm just learning how to, So that was a big thing, and it's kind of like one helped the other, one path helped the other, and I think around. It took a while, but like maybe around November, December, it was kind of gradually, I think I'm getting over him. And after a while, I was just like, oh, well.
I don't really think about him as much anymore.
I don't really think about him, and it's just not something that's in my mind like it used to be. And then I was like, and I'm just like valuing just being on my own, and then not really having that thing of, oh, there's someone that he's kind of cute, or blah blah blah, and then like, oh yeah, I need to jump in straight into something. It's like, no, you can enjoy their company, but I still, my own company is the most important to me at this point, you know.
Well done. I'm really happy for you, and I'm happy for myself, and I think, and I really think that now that you feel that way, and I think hopefully for me as well, I think when you feel that you're happy with yourself and that you know you don't need somebody else, I feel like there's more chance of you than being able to actually find someone.
And you know what?
For the right ways as well.
This
for
is
the
a
right
secret in life.
reasons. Yeah.
When you love yourself, people will be more attracted to you.
Definitely.
I know this sounds stupid or cliche,
No,
but
no,
it's like
it's really true.
confidence.
Cliches are cliches for a reason. I've learned as an adult.
Like exactly.
Yeah, I used to be like,
but like confidence is an attractive thing, and it's like you wanting something super bad. It gives off this weird energy where it's this kind of tinge of desperation.
I'm
maybe
attracted to confident people a lot. Jokes aside,
Yeah.
like confidence for me is such a big like thing that I go for.
Yeah.
People could not even necessarily like. I might not even.
It doesn't
physically
mean to be
attracted.
someone super cocky, but someone who's at least
cockiness
self-assured.
is not good. Not
I think
arrogance, cockiness, turn off. But yeah, self-assured.
Yeah,
like someone who knows what they want from life, knows
and
knows
you
their
can see
strengths.
that they love themselves.
Yeah, yeah. And is also a nice person, obviously. Like that's important. Always be nice, guys.
Love life. Love
Enjoy
others.
your life.
Yeah.
Love life. Love life. Love others. Love everything. Pocahontas is great, but I don't know why we're talking about Pocahontas suddenly.
Oh, that was a Pocahontas reference.
I think it kind of is. I think it kind of is. Where are you going?
I was gonna say. Just thought I missed that reference, so I shouldn't be in this channel.
No, come back down. That's why I'm allowing you. I don't think it's not even a Pocahontas quote. I just think about Pocahontas a lot. As a person.
Shall we do the Disney tie-in that we were doing, like, you know, Frozen?
Oh yeah, we saw, yeah, exactly, Frozen. There you go.
You know, everybody makes fun of, you know, Frozen.
So
like, oh my god, Frozen.
Yeah,
but it's like
it's overrated for a reason. It's popular for a reason.
Yeah, the thing that I really liked about it was actually that topic that we're talking about of love not necessarily being the romantic, you know, oh my god, for love at first sight thing, and it's kind of
Love's an Open Door, for instance, that whole song we were just talking about.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
It's
Love's
very
an Open Door,
ironic.
and it's not at the moment, but if you think about it in the context
whole
of the
film,
whole plot,
the story,
it's an ironic moment because she thinks she's
that
completely in love, and then he turns out to be a
not the
blank.
And then later on, I mean, I think all of you have seen Frozen, so I don't mind spoiling it. Later on, it like the whole true love thing is between the sisters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a good. I'm so happy with Disney for making that. Yeah.
I think
they need
especially
like
because Disney has always
been about the whole prince and princesses
they've
and
had
true
at
love
least this kind of fame of what's the word of portraying romantic love in a very idyllic way. And,
definitely.
For them to turn it upside down is actually quite. It was a cool thing.
So that's the end of the video, more or less. Let's do a little
yay to self-love.
Yay to self-love indeed. Thank you so much to Joa for being on this channel. Firstly, I've enjoyed this chat so much. Like this has been great, and also for the amazing hot chocolate that he made. I was about to say girl. it just came out.
It's okay. Lord, you can call me a she. I don't mind.
Well. I'm glad you so accept. I'm glad you accept yourself so much that you're happy with whatever people call you. If you want to, I mean, see, Joanne unfortunately does not have many topics to music, but he does have a YouTube channel.
Yes, it's got very old stuff, so don't judge me on that.
But you said you might be posting new stuff on it.
Yeah, I do have a project. It's not related, but like I'm a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
And I might have a project that I'd be plugging in the future. So you
yeah,
might
so
be
if you
interested. Who knows?
And you see any of his work,
I'll post a teaser for it soon, hopefully.
So, I will put his YouTube channel down below.
Who knows? I might do some stuff.
I think he's great. Leave comments down below if you've enjoyed him, because I think he's a great guy.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. But yeah, it's been great. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, darling. It's been a great chat. Please, like what I want most from this particular video is actually to hear your opinions on this. Let me know if you've.
And keep in mind that these are our own opinions.
They're not right necessarily.
Yeah,
it's just
the way
everyone has different opinions.
way we see the world. But it'd be nice to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be reading the comments on this.
Yes, so please leave any comments that you want about love, self-love, experience that you've had
viewers.
on Valentine's Days, whether you've ever been single or just anything you want. I'm gonna be in the chat, guys, and so
I'll definitely be.
Thank you so much for watching. Leave comments down. I hope you've enjoyed the second episode of Hot Choc. It's been really great. Also, feel free to always either tweet me or comment or anything about who you want on the next potentially episode or any of the episodes in the future, and especially more than that, what topics you want me to cover, because I've already obviously got a lot of ideas and stuff, and but obviously your input also matters, and you might have some great potentially ideas that I don't have, or topics that I never really thought about. Sorry about the noise outside. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Dare you motorcycle.
I know, go away. I'm not blowing at the end of my video. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
So for today's there's gonna be moments like this, Joa, sorry.
It's alright. I've seen the bloopers, I know how it works.
Dad, can you be quiet, please? Can you hear him?
Yes.
Do you think they can?
Probably.
Oh, hello darkness, my old friend. I thought the thing is I can't close the door, because if I close the door we're going to be stuck here forever. Like legit, if I close that door.
It's quite.
Let's go and tell the guy to. Sorry. Was your moment just the last thing we had?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay.
Yeah. Do you not want to just know more? Just like check the footage.
Too much effort. I can't be bothered to do that. We'll just hope for the best trial. But yeah, I think one thing. Are you? Oh no. You're right. What happened? Are you okay?
He just got stuck and is like sprang down.
So
I have no
funny.
hands happening. Just...
Hello. What am I meant to do? I'm gonna edit that bit out. But